If you're anything like me, you like to have control over your classroom and what goes on in your classroom, so you probably do a lot of things by yourself. In today's teaching tip video, I'm going to talk about classroom jobs and giving some of the ownership to the students. We're starting right now. If we added up every little tiny thing that we had to do throughout the day, we're talking hundreds of things, tons of decisions we have to make, tons of little tiny things that we have to do on a daily basis to keep up with our classroom, cleaning, organizing, sharpening pencils, those kind of things. It can be overwhelming at times. But if you start to delegate some of those simple tasks to your students, not only will you have less to do, but your students can take more ownership over the classrooms as well. What I want you to do is, in a minute, I want you to pause the video and I want you to write 5 things down that you do every single day that you think students might be able to do instead. Pause the video, write them down, and then watch the rest. For me, it's things like pencil sharpening, cleaning up, straightening up, managing the computers, making sure the headphones get put back on, reorganizing the library, tucking in chairs, dealing with the breakfast trash, all those little things that I could do, I try to delegate to my students. That way I can be teaching and, connecting with my students. So what I like to try to do is I like to try to make it so every single child, yes, all 20 of my students, have some type of job. Here's a few examples if you're having some trouble thinking of some jobs. I've got 2 line leaders. I've got 4 table captains. They pass out papers and collect papers. Each table also has 2 janitors that are responsible for picking up papers on the floor, picking up pencils or crayons that fall down, and general straightening of the table. I've got 4 computer managers. I've got center organizers, I've got table wipers, I've got board wipers. I try to make sure every single student feels like they have a part in our classroom. Doing that gives them ownership over the community, and they like to take charge of the room and make sure it's clean, neat, and tidy, and it's less that I have to do. So think about different jobs that you could have your students do, write them down, and try to implement them tomorrow. If this tip helped you, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make it a great day, teachers, and see you next time.